Of course. Accidentally hit the mute button.
Of course. Accidentally hit the mute button. Of course. Accidentally hit the mute button.
Stop it. Shut up. Okay, hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me? My goodness.
Hello, can you hear me?
Cool. I hope. Let's get those chats talking. Come on, let's burn the chat up tonight, please. Oh, yeah, that was a thing. Find your calm center, dude. Find the calm center, man. Another great bald shot. 1.21 gigawatts. That's why I wear a cowboy hat everywhere. Wear a hat. It'll grow in a little bit. It's still not gonna look any better. I'll just get used to it. It's fine. Not like I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fuss around trying to make my hair grow some fucking way that I don't know it probably would. I just got super fine hair. It's weird. So, yeah. Cheers. Ice cold deer. Ice John Deere. See, as soon as you get like 10 people, you have 1,000 subs, you get 10 people in your chat or in your watching, and then it like tanks your like immediately. It's happened twice tonight. I reset the router before I started tonight. It's dumb. Anyway, so see if we can fix that other sign real quick. Holy crap. Yeah, okay. Thank you. What do we got on there? What do we want on there? We got gallery. Let's go for gallery. It's getting spooky time, right? We can do like this, right? Right? Spooky time. Don't I have something spookier? Yeah, it doesn't look good. Let's do that one. Ooh, that one's real spooky. All right. I'm just gonna pretend people are here. Think in time. What's up, man? How you doing? Blah blah blah. Yakety yak. Don't talk back to me. Um, Throwing things. I'm throwing it. Drink. Cheers. See, this is part of the problem, right? Right. I exhaust my material, and then no one sees it because the streams just get killed. It's great. So cool. All right, so there's someone out there driving like a maniac. So in this case, is my cameras. I was talking about them earlier. It's a kind of a match set of Canon cameras, EOS M50s, bodies, lenses, adapters for these lenses. This one came with one of them. I bought it in a kit. Extra batteries. I'm set for bear. I got pretty much anything I need to do a double shot, a roving shot for battery. And then I said that for that I bought this gimbal, Crane M35 by Ziyun, I don't know. And this is really nice. It came in its own packaging. It came with this case. around it. And it's a pretty nice thing. It's really slick. It works really well. I've used it a couple times just to test. You do have to set it on a table. It has to be a level table. So the best bet is to find a good leveler, which I took out of here the other day because I couldn't find my other Johnson table leveler. I swear it never ceases to amaze me. Pops will definitely something and just use it for his own uses and then never bring it back. But yeah, it's a really nice thing. I like the case that it's in, and then the box is kind of held up. I've written on there, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. One day it'll go in a case. I just don't have the money for a case. And then I got this other thing here too. Let me show you this. So you got the two big cameras, right? For like static shots, for like carry shots, people, on this. But let's say you wanted image stabilization, you wanted everything and all that good stuff, and then you just needed it in the smallest package possible. That's why I own a GoPro. I have the social media version, or the little social media mod that clips on around it. And the little door, battery door, is, I should probably pull that out of there. Little battery door snaps back onto there. Hold on, how you do this? Right there. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Yeah, and then there's your GoPro. And without the media mod, you don't get very many options for like microphone and stuff like that. So I picked that one up about a few years after I got the second camera, and after I bought that too. And this has been pretty good. If you see the time-lapse photo of me doing the nasty ceilings in Brujeria house on the channel here, that's what I used to film that. It was in the dust case, so I wasn't too worried about anything going on with it. But it's a nice little thing. Even if it's just like a standard action camera, I really like to find a good standard action camera that doesn't have to be the GoPro one, because GoPro is kind of stupid in some ways in the software that you have to use for it. But yeah, it's been a go-to good after go. And then I've got the double charger for that one. I didn't see the point in buying a single charger for it. Just buy the double charger, And this case, I bought this on Amazon for like 20 bucks. It came with a bunch of crap, like a bunch of crap. Like it was a newer one, newer. I don't know how you say it. I don't care. But yeah, I had the connection to make all this work properly with this camera. I don't know what happened to it. I think I used it for something. Now I can't freaking find it. But if I wanted to show you anything else, I'd have to pull out like a big roll with a green screen. I've got like a giant box that's filled with lights, little key lights, little back lights, front lights, heavy lights. Yeah, I've been trying to get my stuff together so that video production is a key content driver for me here. I went to school for this shit. Editing and directing and a bunch of other things. There's a bunch of my old school videos up here. And that school, one day it's going to be a whole thing. Dude, I got to tell you that whole story. It was a very sad ending. So, but yeah, and then I was getting all a bunch of this stuff out because I got to do some sort of long form content to get the view count up on the channel. So I found this. I actually found this and this. These are from Mega Bloks Dragons. Some of the worst Lego knockoffs in history, but they look good on the Mega Bloks stuff. When I talk about, I got a big box of Marines. Here's an invisible guy. I want to do a big vignette, take a gigantic nerdy thing. Some ODST. I've got desert plates up there. I've got a big, huge like elephant from that game on there. So this is just like, what the hell is that? I just made that out of that. You know, it's like building this out with my son when he was real young. Then one day I come home and he had just like destroyed everything essentially, and I didn't understand why. And so I kind of packed it up and I did a Lego City, right? Yeah, I did a Lego City, and he liked that a little bit better, I think. So it just sat there for too long, I think. Flamethrower guy. But yeah, I did the Lego thing for a little bit, and then the Legos kind of like we still get them Legos for Christmas. It just, you know, video games had the stronger allure to my son. Can I tell you? He'll come back to it. He's got a love for it deep inside of him somewhere. Sorry, I'm getting a beer. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. All right, yeah, camera stuff. This stuff is always fun. I just love this stuff. It's the ability to have, you know, the moment, the possibility to capture history. The potential of that is crazy, right? So, you know, I probably should go out and do more, but like, reality is I got my family here. I got everyone I'm like fucking counting on me. I got my son to pressure into doing better for himself. I got my mom and dad to look after. I got YouTube to do. So, you know, I do the YouTube and people are like, oh, you doing the YouTubes, huh? And I'm like, yeah, I'm doing the YouTubes. Cheers. All right, so I did have one other thing to talk about. I seem to be running a blank on my brain right now. What the heck? Shnikes. But yeah, that GoPro has been tons of fun for such a small package. And then these like big, huge professional style cameras are always a nice thing to have. They're always more impressive. Shit, I didn't put the filters in. They're always more impressive when they see this than anything else. And then, yeah, look at that. You know how hard it is to hold on to one of these? Do you know how hard it is to hold on to a little shoe mount freaking clip that, you know, usually gets lost? But yeah, I'm telling you, any kind of good camera that you can get your hands on is a nice thing. It's a good addition to your repertoire if you're a creator, or if you're just a person. A nice camera to take pictures of your life is a good thing to have. I used to have Nikons. The reason I bought Canons was because the Nikon I wanted was like $750, and these were like $500 on sale. And that one was like, I think it was like $260 for that one. That was just the body. I won it in an eBay auction. Worked perfectly fine. It was really nice. The guy could have put like $300 on. I would have bought it like for that. But you know, just your own camera, the ability to capture a moment of your existence and to leave it behind is kind of an interesting and provocative idea in many ways in my brain. So take from that what you will. Honestly, I think the other funny thing about it is like, you know, a body, a lens, a kit, everything comes together. It's got like a battery, maybe 2 batteries. It's got a charger. And, you know, it ups your game, it ups your potential ability to do more with the world and to observe it in different ways. So, you know, I think photography's it was never a hobby for me because I always understood the power of the photo. So, hey, Bio, how you doing? I'm glad you came back after the third attempt to restart the stream. So, but yeah, I've been contemplating very deeply how I'm going to use these for content creation. I got a full editing suite upstairs. Right, like right now, I'm like literally, I'm either filming it and editing it in my brain before I film it, or I've used the editing on YouTube, and that is the worst possible freaking editing suite ever. Just finished secondhand line. It's really awesome. Yeah, I know. You recommend it. I think we might have it. There's so many DVDs up there. That's not even all of them in that picture, right? Like in the pictures that I've kind of shown, it's not even all of them. There's some that are missing. There's a couple. There's like a whole bunch that are out in my on a rack in Pops's kind of like living room area. And like that's the other thing too, is like I always try to find weird ones, right? Like the whole music DVDs. I try to buy one every time, right? Because that's like a real policy for me. Like I said, like I bought Loggins and Messina. I bought like it was a live concert. I bought Tony Bennett. I think it was like an anniversary one. And then I bought friggin' Rob Thomas live in concert. A little slim DVD I almost missed. And then I also bought Gunslinger on Mystery Science Theater 3000, the DVD, Shout Factory DVD. So hopefully more of those are going to come out, because that usually comes in like in a set or something, but who knows? I just got to go up there every day to check. Of course, I have to go up tomorrow because they're closed Sundays. So, but I did figure to check the Goodwill, and the Goodwill didn't have anything really spectacular. They had like 20 copies of the same movie. What is it? It's always like Hitch or something, right? It's always like Hitch or I don't mind this movie, Step Brothers. I really like that movie, but like, dude, there's like 100 copies. All of like some smart kid walks up in there and stacks them all every day when he goes looks through stuff. So, I'm on the lookout. This is like I just did Gremlins tonight, and I don't know how long it'll be till I can do Gremlins 2 because I don't know if I have a physical freaking copy of that. So, I can just do it on the computer screen, but I'd love to just like watch it too. Because I watched Gremlins tonight. What a good movie, man. Gremlins 1, scary while being like weirdly funny, okay? Gremlins 2 is like a pure parody of the idea of Gremlins 1. So take from that what you will. It's a beautiful movie, both of them, but I gotta tell you, nothing better than Phoebe Cates in them. Cheers. Phoebe Cates in that. I don't know what it is. Like, she's the only thing that sold me in the first movie when I was a kid. I was like, that lady's really freaking scared, man. Pardon. Hey, gonna show you some knives? I got some utility knives. Check out these utility knives. You got all these utility knives? Beautiful, but weird. Utility knives. Easy money. I'm afraid Titties isn't in this box, but I do have one. It's the Fiskars, the Pekka Coronin Special. That's Titties. That's the best little compact knife I have. So show titties. I don't know if you know. That's how you say it. It's not show titties. It's show titties. You have to like scream it because there's a huge exclamation. Pepe the Sailor Man. Damn it. It's like it just takes over. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't want to do it. It's like Tourette's, but I don't have Tourette's. Like, it's just this compulsive need to shut up when I freaking start like jabbering. Which is perfect because I jabber a lot. And I have a Thor's hammer. And it says stuff.
I am Thor!
Apparently this hammer is actually Thor.
To me, Mjolnir.
To me, Mjolnir. Oh, and it's got like this thing you can like spin it or something. And it's gonna, it's gonna pull you off. What, hammer pulls you off?
That me! I summon the power of the storm.
I summon. Ooh, that vibrated a little. Wow.
I am Thor Odin's son, heir to the throne of Asgard.
I didn't know it. Does it do stuff when you hit it? Is this on test or what? It's on. Why is it?
Frost Giant's attack! Loki, you'll miss it, those snowbounds.
You know, if it vibrates, why not? Why not do it when you hit things? That's all I'm saying. Out of this box, see, I do have a couple, but they're mostly in the work truck right now. I'm gonna go walk away. I can tell you, this is one of my personal recommendations. The DeWalt Atomic. That's a great knife. It's slim, fits really well on the edge of the pocket. Even this is not that bad as I thought it would be. If you want a bigger one, you can always get the bigger version, which I think is a little bit nicer too. I can tell you I would never recommend this knife, but I would recommend the one with the bump here, because this one just is uncomfortable to hold for me. I don't. It doesn't have to be your experience. There's plenty of videos on the channel about how I don't like this knife and how me and Pops basically like got in a fight almost over it once. Let me see here. Hold on. This was one of my personal favorites. You can tell I used it a lot. It's the Cobalt knife. Yeah, I bought a new one at some point, and it was basically one of these. And this one had been served for a long time. And I took it apart, and I still have to put it back together for and send it to Otherwise Out. Would you recommend ones that are a multi-tool, that are also a multi-tool, especially a knife, or just specifically a knife? Sorry. So okay, if you want a utility blade, I can tell you that there's a couple options. I'm gonna say if you just want to do a carpet cutting situation, right? So I have a carry out, like it's literally just a belt clip. It's for when I'm going like checking houses and stuff, and I carry two knives. Okay, I carry the Craftsman work knife, because that's good for like checking rot and stuff. And then I've got the equivalent in a razor blade. So when I'm out, that's kind of my pair set. I think these are both really good knives. I like the detent on these. This one sticks out a little bit. Yeah, I was literally hanging out with like some like this kind of crew. They run that friggin' shop where I go pick up weed from, and my buddy Savvy, his son's there, Riker, and Riker's holding like a Halloween knife, and he's like, I don't know, you should check how you looking, man. You know, like he's saying to his son, you should check how you're looking. You're holding the business end of a knife, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm the only one who will hold the business end of a knife. And he's like, and here's Savvy literally like, yeah, no, I know it's crazy, dude. How do you do that? I was like, dude, 120 sandpaper, man. I also know how to use it. Like I know how it works. Like to sit here and push much harder than that, I probably would cut myself. But I got tough skin, y'all. So, anyway, is it all dying? Is it all dying? It always dies when a lot of people come in. But no, like there are some knives that I would recommend. I can recommend. Hold on. There's the titties right there. That's titties. That's titties. I thought titties was in the truck. It's the smallest knife there. It's the YC1023 out of Fiskars. It's also like all metal and all that. It's really nice. It's one of the better ones I have. We'll talk about that in a second. But no, I'm looking for. I have a specific one. Hold on. No, nope. Snatch. But I have this one. It's the best utility knife I've seen in a while, but it's like a knife, right? Yeah, I have one up here. Let me check my carry out. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. I have a carry off bag. It's not. Sorry, it's not Home Slice's friggin' Gucci bag or whatever. Briefcase's Gucci bag. Anyway, sorry. Okay. I would recommend if you guys want a cool multi-tool that's also a good knife, right? This is probably, yeah, that's it. This is probably my favorite knife that I carry around. It's in my carry bag. It's like a regular style tactical folder, right? It's a Roxxon product, and it's got this really cool feature, okay? And I can pull. Hold on, I gotta get something out. Ting tang, wah wah bang bang. All right. So it's got these two little detents. Pop those, right? And you just pick out the blade. You can get 3 blades for like 20 some bucks. They come in different packs and stuff. Install it on the top. So if you dull your knife out doing something stupid at work, you've got a spare blade, guess what? It's still sharp. Not to mention you can take this, I guess, take it down to your sharpener or go sharpen it yourself if you want. So that's the Roxxon S501U. It's probably my favorite quick exchange knife tool for utility purposes and everything. I think it's slick, and if you want the S50, if you're looking up, you'll see S501U and you'll see S502U. Don't buy the S502U. It is the knife-only version, and the reason it's not good is because this thing doesn't dip down far enough for you to flick it out with your thumb. And they also don't have like a thumb stud version of any of these blades. So, but the thing that makes this so purchasable, okay, is that it not only has the exchange, it's also got like an 1.5-inch pair of scissors built into it. As an electrician, what did you do most of the time? Going to apply in January at my local, soon stressing over the aptitude test, but I've been studying. Well, I can tell you right now, Bile, the important part is you need to remember that almost everyone I've ever met who's an electrician is smart enough to just get by. Like, that's just how it is. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is learn, like, tie-outs. So when I was an electrician, I got hired on to do wire out for a whole house a lot. And then I went freelance for a little bit because the guys up there would piss me off, just like doing plumbing. And I ended up doing a lot of home service work, which is why I do that still to this day. Well, essentially, I don't do anything at the breaker box anymore. But I've wired out whole breakers. I've wired out whole houses. I remember my boss was like, "I'll give you a bonus if you wire out that whole house in less than 8 hours." And I said, "All right." And so I wired out that entire house. And when he means a wire out, I mean it's more than just electrical stuff. There's also like other wires that go out, like speaker wires in big houses. Like usually there's like something going into those. You got to run some conduit to so you can pull speaker wire through or whatever if you need to. And I was usually in charge of all that. So not just high voltage, medium voltage, mild voltage, but nearly zero voltage. So passive voltage. If that helps you understand any of that. But I gotta tell you, being an electrician is not a bad deal. I gotta say, having any vocational skills, the reality is, like, I kind of did it for 2 reasons. I was bored, right? I was real bored, and I was like, maybe I should just try this, do this. I'll probably be good at it. I already done it. I know a lot of it, right? And I already like done a lot of it before, illegally, not not licensed at the time. But I guess I was in an apprenticeship, so. Like they let it slide that I didn't have the license because I was in the apprentice, just like an apprentice's license or whatever. But I know I shocked myself at least 50 times doing that. So just be ready for that, Bile. Be ready. Buy a nice pair of like insulated gloves for like certain situations, and then buy nice tools. Don't buy like stupid, shitty tools. Don't buy the tools I buy. You buy the client, actually. If you want the good stuff, this is the ones that I bought. When I was in my 30s for electrical work, and I have a new pair for doing a wire out. Essentially, it's a different Klein pair. It's the Klein pair that does just. Actually, I have them right over here. Hold on, I can grab them. Yeah, right here. Alright, I can put these back in there anyway too. And if you do anything that's not new, just new work, buy a snake. Buy a really nice snake. But yeah, here's all the wire shit I got. So I got some Beanos. I got this Doyle pair of big wire cutters. I really like this one specifically for that terminal press. That terminal press is way bigger than most of the ones you get. So in comparison, here's the terminal press on these. Can you see how wide that is? It's very, very thin. And this one, the terminal press is like friggin' the size of the entire press part of the terminal. So I like that for that reason. Not every wire stripper is going to give you the right solution. See, it's like this should be in here. It goes in here. This goes right here. This is my Milwaukee set, the spring back, and that's just for like working on a car, I guess. You know, doing some wire out for car or something. I can do 10, 14, but if I'm doing 14, 14.2 or 14.3 or any of that junk, right? You know, 12.2 and 14.2 this is the go-to for it. And then I just use a knife for threes and all that, like a larger grade of it. And where's the number? It's gotta have a number. It's the K1412. It's the K1412 with Klein Tools. It's the best solution I've ever seen for running wire, like new construction wire, all that stuff. I just did a like an install at a house where we ran Du hast Toll Du hast 3 Sagen. Du hast mich zu mir. Du hast mich. Du hast mich gefragt. Du hast mich gefragt. But yeah, if you do any if you do any of the like after not new construction, but even in new construction, I think I would have liked this for long runs of 12.2 being pulled through 2x4s. So, but for the most part, usually what I do is I just roll it and then pull, because sim pull, you just pull on it. It's called sim pull because you're supposed to pull it. It's the brand name, but that one, so you could buy a Milwaukee one for, I think, $3 less. Pops went to the store to buy it because we couldn't find the last snake we had. Go figure. And then, so he bought this one because it says Made in the USA on it. Yeah, I agree with that. I'd rather get the Made in the USA ones. Spend like $3 more. Yeah, we didn't have a problem with that. But that's a great rollout snake. Sorry, fish. It's a fish tape. Fish tape. Kai, what's up? When Pops, yeah, hey, did you see Pops walking in that freaking video? He's like, so slow. And I know I've got something in here too. What's in here? Oh yeah, I got those. Oh yeah. I don't know where those came from. Yeah, I got like if I needed like some regular slip locks and then an older beat up pair of needle nose. And I got a pair of needle nose I keep in my regular toolkit too. It's got that little belt holster thing that holds it. You know, that's a fishing product. I can show it to you. I got it right over here. One. And yeah, this is a $10 Hyper Tough tool bag. It's really tool roll. It's a really good thing. Here, this one right here. Yeah, that's the normal pair. I keep kind of when I. So yeah, I did that video. It's like I changed a few lamps or put up some fans or whatever, and that's what was clipped onto my soft freaking basketball shorts. Those are the Hyper Tough ones. They're not bad. Actually, I like the Hyper Toughs a little bit more than the Hearts, but the Hearts have like a better clipper and they're a slightly better tool overall. So, but this usually it's just me trying to like straighten out a wire when I'm like redoing someone's like lamps or something. Ooh, milkman Zachin. You know, I did it. Christian, you know, I do not speak the German, you know. I do know Hans and Franz. Cheers. And then yeah, I got to charge this at some point. That's my electrician's screwdriver. So Bile, This tells you if there's current running. It's a circuit detector. Right? That's a skill. It says skill electric screwdriver with sensing technology. I paid like $20 for mine, or 25 maybe. But I've been using this tool for years. It was designed and made by another company, and that company was called Hammerhead. And I did a video on it, just not correct. So, and I think I don't know what happened to it. I had a dead one. Ah, here it is, right here. Yeah, look familiar? This one was the ones that I had when I was doing electrical work. This one actually has it's a wire stripper built into it. Oh, it's not completely dead, but maybe this isn't the dead one. This is probably the one that works. Unless this one is the dead one and it's not dead anymore. Holy crap! I found it. Nice. I've been looking for this so much. Holy crap! Yes. Finally, the part to the GoPro that I need. See, it's still dusty from that video I made. It's on the channel here. Where's the GoPro box? It's gonna go directly back into it. It's the only one I have. I hate that so much. Yeah, cool. And then that to this. No. What? Oh, that's right. That to this. Never mind. I hate GoPros for that reason. I don't just have a regular friggin' mount on the bottom. It's not a bad camera. I like the camera very much. It's very capable. It does a great job. But yeah, so you see they're identical in many ways. Down to the shape of the buttons. See? And this tells you something. You know, I after doing electrical, and when me and Pop started our own company, essentially, we did a lot of paint jobs, and this is perfect for taking the fronts off of receptacles. So when we heard that there was a new one, because the old ones were like $50 for the old ones on eBay. When we heard there was a new one for like $25, we were like, sold. So that's what I carry now, and that's got to get charged tonight. Although I wish they'd upgrade this thing to fucking USB-C. Cheers. The abrupt kind. I must retreat on another beer. Have no fear. I found my beer. I'm debating whether or not to switch to something harder. Yeah, I think I'm going to switch to something a little bit harder there. A little harder on the board. On the board. Gonna be, so one is it? Pew, pew, put it out. Yeah, it's inevitable. You know, when you drink beer, you're gonna have to friggin' give it back to the world. Did you know that every sip of water that you've ever drinking has been through someone's liver? Alright, think about it. Think about it. Think about how groundwater works. No, it's time for a beer? No, it's not time for a beer. It's time for some mysterious clear water drink. I thought I had a cup out here. Didn't I have a cup? There's no cup? There is no cup. Pardon. Salud. Working on it, buddy. Working on it. Working on it. Yeah, who was it? Was like someone, dude. I put out those friggin' junkyard videos, and someone was like, Nujabes. I was like, yeah, dude. And he's like, R.I.P. Nujabes, and I was like, and then I realized, I was like, oh yeah, he died. How did he die again? And I was like, oh shit. And I'm showing like fucking wrecked cars and stuff. I think it might be slightly insensitive. No, I know several actual people from Mexico. I don't know the drink Mexican. I do know. It had a lot of lager drink. I have a vodka drink. Huh? I have a lager drink. I have a vodka drink. What happens next? Salute. But I used to do silver. I used to do silver tequila. But what happened was, every time I drank it, I always had like the worst like problem with my digestion the next day. So I kind of stuck away from it, and I've realized that like New Amsterdam vodka is really nice. There's a couple others I'll drink, but I'd rather be drinking whiskey. Like I love whiskey, but my doctor's like, you shouldn't drink so much whiskey. I'm like, why? He's like, well, there's the barrel aging process, and I was like, all right, I got you, tannins, whatever, got you, okay. So I drink the clear just to be safe, okay. As safe as I can drinking a distilled spirit. Take that for granted sometimes there. But yeah, it's been a bit of a rough go for the past few years. So when I say like, I think this stream is dead. No, it's not dead.
A few years. So
No, I guess not. Cool. Okay. It just looked weird for a sec. It's like, and I'm so paranoid about the stream just dying at some point. So cool. Okay. Yeah, it was a rough go at it for a few years. I had hypertension. I was like 320 pounds. She didn't show that bad on me, but like, if you want to see how like I looked when I was fat, like, you go look up Oak City Gamers. Oh, here I can just be like, hi, hello. Yeah. I was about 300 pounds there, so yeah, 278, something like that. What's up? Oh no. So I lost weight. I kind of like changed my diet. I didn't have any choice but to exercise, right? I mean, my doctor's been really cool, and we've been through some like biopsy. We had some like issues. Maybe there was some skin issues we were worried about. And then I had like a kind of a bump thing that was kind of massing up. It was kind of a weird color, and it was benign. It was nothing bad. It was like cystic. So, was Kate Ab? No. But Christian. Okay. How about this? Hey, hier kommt Alex. Wo hang auf? Das sind eine Horrorshow. Huh? Hey, 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 here comes Alex. I love that fucking song, bro. Split train. That's my favorite friggin' German song ever. I love Die Totenhosen. That means the Death Pants, y'all. Dude, you got a band named the Death Pants? Yeah. Totenhosen, bro. Dude, you got a band called the friggin' Death Pants. I like that guy anyway. It doesn't matter. He could be the worst dude in the world. He could like kick little kittens and shit. Just for an interview with the panel. Salute. Yeah, there you go. Skull. Kampai. So, so when I did it, we didn't have like a. It wasn't a board. There was like a bunch of people. It was like you'd write out your stuff, and then you meet with one of the board members. And I guess, dude, just project your own personal confidence. Don't like you're good at this, right? If you went to school for it and you know you're like learning, you're doing good at this. You've been through all of the work, and you know you're good. Just show them by standing up straight, right? Smile, you know, even if it's just a little coy smile, okay? You know. Oh, you like his name is Francis. Francis, Francis. That is short for Francis, and there's nothing short for Francis in his life. His name is not Frank or Frankie or Franny. It's none of that. Although I wouldn't be completely opposed to people just like fucking around calling him Franny. Shut up, Francis. We're not getting you into trouble. I know you love that thing. I am not going to give you a new one. Oh, it's dead. Oh, it's dead as you. That's the only way you can smoke them, is if they're dead. Alright, whatever. No, Francis, just Francis. Christian H says hello. Francis says he doesn't know you from Francis, but he's happy to get anyone's attention. No, actually, he was a Civil War general. In the Viking times, he's got a Viking sword in him. It's a Viking sword. Civil War general in the Viking times, got sent back in time, and then he got stabbed. Shows up here. Hey guys, I hate to break this to you, Easy Money. So when I was an apprentice, okay, my boss made me clean up every single scrap, okay, and he'd give me a 5-gallon bucket, every single scrap, and you know what he did? He did me the biggest favor anyone's ever said. He's like, usually I do this, but I'm doing really good right now. So I'm gonna let you keep all that copper. At the end of the year, you're gonna have $700-800 in copper. You keep doing it. By the way, keep all your snippings, all your caps, all your stuff. To keep every piece of copper. Just put it in one trash can, and one day you'll thank me. That's all. I did that for 3 years while I was doing regular like rollout for houses around here. And I came out. I think one year I did. How many houses did I do that year? I did like 700 houses that year. It felt like it was like I think it was like 290 houses that year. I know because I was like notching them on my leather belt. Yeah. By the way, Bile, just keep it for yourself. Put it in your pocket. And then when you get home, Andy Dufresne that thing through your pant leg into a bucket. Like shake the pocket till it runs down. Just saying. Don't let them see you do it. But since that's the thing. Here's the other advice I can tell you. If you become an electrician, you work in the electrical field, don't ever let a plumber near your work. Don't ever let a plumber near your shit. And if you here's a very common story I've heard as an electrician. Yeah, my son came in and he worked on it, but you know, like he's a plumber, and I said, oh no. And I go look, and I'm like, look, I'm not supposed to legally touch anything in this box, but I have to make this safe for you because this house is gonna burn down, right? So I went out and I friggin' went out to the contactor. I friggin' pulled all the friggin' the whole friggin' panel off. You pull out the like these big friggin' jack blocks out of it. So there's no power running to the house. All of the friggin' heavy energy's right here, right? And then I'm here, and then so this guy had the box, right? So the box has to be neat and clean and laid out, right? But there's a block on the back of the box where like the whole power comes in, okay? So you tighten down, okay? And then it's wired into this big huge block system, okay? And these block systems, they're run to the breaker system. And you have to wire these out very specifically. And what this guy had done is he had run 3 wires into the house that were jacked directly to the main feed. And I'm like, I don't know what these are running, right? So I pulled them. We figured out what they were running. They were running outside lights, okay? And what I did is I found one spot where I could run those 3 outside lights onto a breaker. And I had to break out one little panel off of it. She only had enough room, and it was an oversized friggin' panel front. So like it was a giant mess. Like it was the wrong breaker panel for the size of the box. Right? It should be the size of the box. Every breaker should have like a preset, a setup, but it was like a big box, and it had like half of the breaker in it. And then it didn't have all of the breakers set up either, which is even more confusing to me. So no, so I shut down her power. I fixed her problem. I pulled everything off the actual full main because like what that does is that charges like those lights with more than like the necessary 12 volts power, and there's no breaker between like a burnout, a hot up, or whatever. So if the light gets too hot, if anything happens, it's gonna start a fucking fire. Okay, that's just how electricity works. Okay, electricity passes through things. It causes heat. Okay. And Bile, don't let me forget to tell you about the guy I know who forgot to discharge the panel before he started fucking with it, and he had 3rd-degree burns on his friggin' hands, and part of the panel blew up in his face. So make sure you discharge your panels. Make sure you do all of the steps. Just learn it right. And here's me. I've never had anything explode in my face. Sign of the cross, God willing, all that stuff, dude. I'm not joking about that story. It's a one in a million kind of thing. Like I was even talking to like my buddies the next day about it. I was like, "Is this normal?" He's like, "No, that's like so rare." He's like, "Someone miswired the box." I got you, right? Because basically what had happened was that this wire had been run into the main, and then this wire had been run into a breaker, and then the breaker had melted because it was constantly sparking. Constantly sparking, right? And what ended up happening with that one was like everything got remediated. We actually came back in and we fixed it later, and we set it up with like a brand new like modern thing. We pulled like big chunks of wire for I think 40 feet out of our walls just to make sure that there was no short out, and then we checked continuity on everything. So I'm surprised people don't work with gloves, dude. So here's the thing about the gloves. First off, you can get a nice, good pair, but you need to use the pair to discharge the box. See, with that much power running left in the breakers, okay? It's one of these steps that people sometimes don't remember, and like, if it's miswired or wired out wrong, it will friggin' charge up. The worst part is like I've heard people like, nah, man, that's not true. That could never happen. I was like, no, it's happened. Like it's a regular fucking thing when people go fiddling in the fucking box. They shouldn't. This is why when someone's like, yeah, I need breaker work done, I'm like, call an electrician. I can't do that. I can fix your plugs. I can change your switches. I can install a lamp. Anything you can do, I can do it. But outside of that, I mean, I can run some wires off of an existing light, sure. You know. One place I went and I just literally pop a little hole in the ceiling, drill hole, run the wire, and then right into the spot, hang it up. It's an art light now. Turns it on or off by that switch that used to turn on the can light. You know, and essentially replace the can light in the stairwell. So, but once you have a discharge, you know it's safe. You should be fine to work without gloves. Because I got to tell you, gloves do get hot and sweaty real quick, especially the insulated ones, because they're like fucking rubber. And I can tell you right now, even if they're insulated, you have to take them off because you don't want sweat to accumulate. You see, sweat has a mild salinity to it, right? Salinity, and if you let that build up, that's a good conduit for electricity. So you discharge the panel, you take the gloves off, you don't get too sweaty. You know, that's all I'm saying is like being smart is like a prerequisite for being an electrician. So, like, if you don't think you're smart, man, you need to rethink how smart you are, because you're probably pretty fucking smart. You're listening to me, aren't you? Because I only did that for fucking 3 years until I decided I was not going to play with fire anymore. And then I'd like change out light bulbs for little old ladies and like fix fans, change fans out and stuff. And then one day, Dad retired and he fixed everything in the house. And my aunt calls me up and she's like, "Yeah, I was thinking about hardwood floors." My dad's like, "Hey, we could make some money." And we made money on that. I remember my Uncle Jerry, God bless his soul, tried to fucking say like, "Hey, you could paint my house for this amount." It was like 10 grand or something. I was like, "Do I have to buy the paint with that money?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "No, I'm not doing that." No way. No way, man. No way. Cheers. Well, you're going to get more call for residential, but you'll get better money with industrial, commercial. I would just go for all around. Learn as much as you can. Start with residential, move to industrial, and then go commercial. Or commercial, then industrial. I know a couple guys that I can't get hired on jobs like putting up a wet wall anywhere or anything in a store. So just never stop learning, dude. Bio, you're not going to stop learning. One day they're going to come out with something new. They're going to talk about something. There's going to be new standards, update the standards. You're going to have to learn something every time. I would tell you, dude, Wago clips have saved my day, and I charge like $1.50 a piece for each of their, like $1.50 a piece for each of those Wago clips, as opposed to $1.50 for a shitty fucking wire nut. Working at hospitals, yeah. Well, and then here's the other thing: is everything you buy should have like a carriage tax on it, right? Like I charge $1.50. I buy the Wago in bulk, or I buy the for one. And Wago used to make larger clips, okay, and those clips are being made for Harbor Freight now. So that whole entire line is just Wago making white label goods for Harbor Freight, and it's the old line too. So think about that one for what you will. I hear it through very reputable sources. And part of the reason why I know people in tool world is because I used to actually do tool reviews on a tool review website. And I have like a non-disclosure, and the non-compete went up about, I don't know, January this year. And by February, March, April, May, I was starting to do stuff. So, yeah, trust me when I say, like, if you see like an old review of a tool, like I probably had it for free. Probably, like, the problem is, like, I used to sell them when I was done. They'd send me a free sample, sell it, just go pawn it, get whatever I could get off of it. Didn't care, didn't want to care. And then nowadays, it's like I wish I had a lot of those tools, because a lot of them were really good. Some of them I actually kept. Like there was a couple of DeWalt's that I still have that I could probably show you, that were some of the first DeWalt's I did a review on. So I just don't like the comprehensive ones as much as I used to. The problem is like I know that I should do the comprehensive ones, and which is probably why I have the camera case out, because I'm working on trying to figure out all of this as it's all on the fly. There's no plan for it. So it's like not like, hey, I have a corporately structured plan for all this. This is like a guy. I'm a guy. I'm a true acolyte. You know, it's just who it is. It's what you get. Where was that cool German dude, man? Ah, man, I love talking about German shit, dude. Uh, Especially Die Totenhosen. Die Totenhosen, y'all gotta check that out. Here Comes Alex. Kommtalex. HEIRKOMMTALEX. Die Totenhosen. It's basically like an anthem to friggin' what's that movie? Stanley Kubrick, horror show, Clockwork Orange. It's like a song that's basically about Clockwork Orange. And dude, I love like European crazy shit, right? What is it? What is what? Oh yeah, dude, what is it? What is what? Die Totenhosen. I love retro stuff too, like, so it's like, I think it's an 80s song. So. And I think they still play, and I'm not sure about that. I'm not like up on the German music scene right now, but like I should be a little bit better. A little bit better. I'm gonna smoke. Hold on. Bosch on Gates. Bosch on Gates. Bosch, shit, dude. You know how long it's been since I've spoken German or read German? But I'm going to screenshot that. I'll check out. I'll check it out. I know that's a musical artist. I've seen that name before. Yeah. Lately, I've been pooping in the toilet. See, it's like that though, right? Okay, Bile, I can tell you this, right? The reason why plumbers think electrician or electricity is easy is because they think of it like water and toilets. You see, water and toilets have pressure, and electricity is a common current flow. So although they are similar, it's much more like Roman plumbing. So if you ever think about it like that, you have like a source, it pours water down, and it's always circulating. This is why when you have nothing on the whole house, the meter is still going to take a touch because it has to flow in and out of your whole system. Okay, it's always running that power through your entire thing. It's a circuit. So that's what circuit means. It's always going around, right? It's circular. It's circuitry. You understand? And putting that in perspective it helped a lot, because I thought as a plumber, because when I was a kid, I was like, yeah, let me be a plumber. I got a strong stomach, and then I learned I don't have a strong stomach. Was it you said that electricians are just smarter than plumbers? No. Actually, the smartest electricians are plumbers, and the smartest plumbers are electricians. They're called HVAC guys. Because that's the crossover for it, right? If you wanna know like the best plumber and the best electrician, he works in HVAC. One of the best dudes I ever met, Steve, really pissy, really shitty kind of guy. He installed my entire system. They came out for the fucking inspection. They were like, whoever did this was immaculate. I was like, yeah, I know. I watched him do a lot of it. Steve is the guy, and he doesn't work for anyone but himself, essentially. You know, he pulled permits. It took them 16 months almost freaking to get our project approved. You know, which is weird. Because it was like, so 16 months, it means put in the thing, hey, we're going to do this. Have the guy come out, pull permits. He does the job. Then you wait like a little bit to make sure there's someone to come out to make sure someone's doing the work right. Then once that's done, then they finish everything out, right? And then the second inspector comes, and that takes like 6 months. So like, and we were sweating through all last summer and the summer before. So I got to tell you, it was a nice change to have like central airbag. But yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So, Bile, I gotta tell you, you know, when I say never stop learning, I'm saying plumbing is easy. Plumbing is so dumb easy. Once you learn electrical, honestly, I wish I had done it the other way. I wish I had been a kid and gone up in electrical. But I was a kid, come up in plumbers, and plumbers are some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met. Any plumbers out there, I do love a lot of really amazing plumbers. Though most of those plumbers, they stopped being plumbers. They became HVAC dudes, the really smart ones. So, because that's a real skill. Like that's electrical, and then being able to do the plumb out too it's a real skill. Um, and there's a disparate nature to the two different arts, I guess. So like I would say, plumbing much more of an art in many ways. Okay, uh, like carpentry. If it's level and it doesn't look level, don't worry. It'll look level when you put everything together. Just make sure that your floor is level before you start deciding what's level. You see what I'm trying to say? So, like, I'm a carpenter. I think I was whittling wood when I was young. Uh, dude, shooting nails, freaking hammering nails. I remember this is a current modern day version of the hammer I grew up with. That's the S-Wing Classic. That's a 12-ounce classic leather grip handle one. And this is basically the original Pops hammer. We have it as a good example of the original Pops hammer. And I gotta tell you, growing up, this thing destroyed my elbows and my wrists. You see, because you see this really nice thing, but all I remember was the entire handle being black. And it was worn down. It was like way worn down, and it had to get like wrapped at some point in black tape. uh, if we still had that hammer, it would be hilarious, but I don't have that hammer anymore. I think Dad threw it out years ago. Yeah, Dad threw it out. It's like Dad threw out the IBM computers and all that stuff when I was a kid. All that stuff's worth like $500-600, $800 still. Like depending on what we have. The ones we had were like fucking dope, bro. I got no construction experience, so dude, that's the thing. It's like you're not. So if you're going for electrical, you're not there to be a carpenter, right? Carpenters will come and they'll do everything. The one thing you got to learn is how to drill holes through wood. But the local the IBEW Electrical Workers Union, and the lady recommended I should try to get some experience, even though they train dudes ground up. Yes, yeah, dude, I would say yes, 100%. I asked a buddy of mine. He told me, "Who's to say you'll get good experience?" So here's the thing: when you first starting, dude, any experience is good experience in many ways. If someone's doing it wrong and you notice it, then you notice it. You hold yourself to the higher standard. That's all I say. When I was coming up, there were guys who did shortcuts and shit like that, and I just was not happy with that. There's this one guy who, like, one day he was just not trying to drill every hole or something. So what he did is he's like cut in. He overloaded a circuit by like 2 receptacles or something. And then when the system tested out, after all the friggin' stuff was all installed, he had to go back and do it again. If you can find an apprenticeship that will pay you, that's an easier license to get, I think, in most places. So, outside of that, like, I only know my experience here in North Carolina. I don't know if you're in North Carolina. Uh, I did go in front of an entire board at one point, but it was basically to just get sworn up and sworn in. And then here's the thing, I've moved on in my life, right? I can do all this stuff. You know what I'm working on next? I want to become a locksmith before I die. Kind of a deal, right? Like, that's my next goal. Like, my next professional goal here in this state is to be a locksmith. That's a criminal background check. That's a bunch of things. That's like a fingerprint freaking submission, so that they already got my fingerprints. Ohio, okay, Michigan. All right. Yeah, they have probably slightly different standards. Although I got to tell you, standard layout wiring, like tethered 6 to 8 inches off of the friggin' receptacle. Nail in like new construction box with the right thing. So come on, let's have a beer together. So I'm out of beer. Really, I've got tomorrow to think about, but I'll get a drink of whiskey. I can't have a lot of this. Hold on. All right, and Christian, if you promise to subscribe and come back tomorrow, I'll have plenty of beers with you. Okay. I usually am drinking beers, but I had to split my resources today. I'm not money savvy at the moment. If I had more money, I'd have more liquor and more beer, and then I can't buy liquor tomorrow. I can buy beer, so I'll probably get some beer tomorrow. But I can tell you, dedicate this one to you, Mr. Christian H. Christian, cheers. Yeah. And I have to end all and any of these streams before midnight tonight, because this counts as my second video for the day. And I also got to go to sleep because I got a bunch of crap to clean up tomorrow, and I really want to get that done. Bio, I think you're worrying a little too much about it. I think learn as much as you can. Learn all of the things they want you to know. For the most part, they're not going to ask you an ass ton of questions. They're going to ask you like trick questions at best. Okay? Just be prepared. Just know your shit. And when I say that, like, study, stop. Don't study. Don't study for 2 days before, like the day before or whatever you're doing, right? Then study up, brush up the night before. You already know most of it, so study up, brush up. Just take 2 days off, okay? So it's like video games, okay? When, I know this is a bad example, but it's like video games, right? When I take 2 days off from video games, I come back and I'm like somehow like tighter, stronger, better. And it's because I've taken time off from doing that same thing I do over and over again, right? It's like instead of using it as a dopamine hit, like I use it as like a skill that I know I have, okay? Christian, I'm sorry, I won't go to sleep. I'm actually probably gonna make a video for early morning, because I do that quite often. Because I'll probably be up till about 1:30 or so, because I have other things that I do around here. And then, like I said, I have to cut this out before a certain time, because after midnight, it becomes tomorrow's video. So I'm not going to go to sleep. I am probably going to work on at least videos for the next day or two. I do a bunch of videos. I do tool reviews, which I want to get back into. I just don't have the money to buy the tools right now. Most of that stuff that I did early on was self-funded or stuff I just needed to buy. But I need to go through and I need to clean up this entire garage. I need to get all the shit out. I need to set up a big tent in the back, you know. Yeah, Bio, dude, I believe in you, dude. The problem is like, you got to make sure that you're believing in yourself. And when you stop doing that, man, you're doomed to like lose it, right? So, yeah, I love you. Where are you living? I live in North Carolina. Good night, Bio. Dude, I truly am thankful to have you here every time, dude. Even when you're not here early and you just miss me or whatever, like the last time or the time before or whatever. Nah, I do appreciate every moment with you. I believe in you, dude. Go get your damn apples. Go get your damn apples. Go. Thank you. All right. I live in North Carolina, in No, awesome, awesome. Just anyone talking in the chat, because like I was literally here, no chat, no one chatting, and I was just like plowing through like equipment and things and stuff, just showing people cool stuff. No one was talking. They're just like mesmerized by this cool shit that I guess I have, right? So, greetings from Frankfurt. See, that's what I'm saying. So, Frankfurt. That's trying to visualize in my brain real quick. It's like central Germany, or is it like? I haven't brushed up on maps in a while. Frankfurt. Hold on, I gotta close my eyes for a second. Hold on. So Germany, Frankfurt that's the big airport. It's got like what is it? It's like, yeah, here's Germany. It's like Germany, right? And then you got like here's Cologne, Frankfurt. So like like central, south, east Germany, southwest. Man, I always get those two confused, man. I know it goes W-E instead of EU, but you know, I always get those two confused because they're partners with another. Yeah, so southern west, nice. Yeah, I actually where was she born? My son's mother was born in the military base near Frankfurt. What's that place called? Is it Frankfurt Military Base? This is a good question, y'all. Shit. I don't know. I think she's like I know that like my best friend Z3 was born in Greenock, Scotland. All right, Greenock, Scotland. You know, you don't get much more Scottish than that, right? Okay. But she was born in Frankfurt. Frankfurt, jeez. But she looks very German. Like I gotta say, she's got like the big old nose and all that. She got like the raven black hair. She's like dominatrix looking, but she's short. Briefcase. Oh shit, briefcase. Briefcase works. Okay, look, I will make you a deal, briefcase. I have to take a major dump. I will take 10 minutes out. I'm not that drunk. I'm not that drunk. Dude, Christian, I have to take a massive one. It's gonna explode in a minute. Give me a minute. I'm not gonna shut the stream down. Just give me a minute, okay? And I will have your beer with you, Christian. Okay? I don't have any whiskey, any juice, nothing. I do have a couple beers left. I think a couple. Hold on, just a second. Let me check. Not the private stash. Let me check the. Yeah, okay. Hold on. All right. Look, briefcase. This entire stream was about you in many ways. Briefcase. This entire stream was about you. You weren't here for any of it until the end. I'm like, I'm not gonna shut it down, blah blah blah. So, what were we talking about on your stream? We're talking about, I don't know, a tripod? Here's a good one. It's a K&F Concept K234A0. It's got a ball top friggin' yakety yak head. It's got the this big old friggin' nut that makes it easy to do. Easy to pop up. It's got a little nut here. It does another little pop up. Okay? Now, you could buy a tripod like this off of Amazon. I think I paid $40 for this. Okay, this is the second tripod I bought. Okay? Now, I like buying the ones off Amazon because they're really cheap. You got both at Best Buy. And a mic. Yeah, you needed a mic that does close-up mic. Yeah, of course it is. That's because I strategically buy everything. But I can tell you, this is a dirty knockoff of my real one, because I can show you that. Now, this came in the same condition, essentially, as that one, okay? But I bought the EDChats, but that's the Fopic PT244, and that's gotten a little more famous. You can't buy those anymore. This is a knockoff of a really nice product, essentially. And instead of the two, it's got three pops, and then it also turns into a monopod. This whole leg pops out and turns into a monopod. Okay, so, and then I bought the boom arm. See, the boom arm is the cool thing. And this came with the K&F concept, so. But the boom arm was the cool thing. Okay, so, hold on a second. Rid myself of these things in my vicinity. And then you were showing your camera, right? You were showing your camera, right? And I was like, well, shit, dude, man, maybe I should do a stream. I'm going to show my camera, right? Yeah, they are really nice. They're very quick and easy to use. So here's my cameras. When I say camera, I mean cameras. Pick it up and show you. Now, you said don't skimp on the battery, so I did buy the knockoffs, but I bought like friggin' 8 of them. Okay? There is the original battery, 8 knockoffs, a knockoff charger, a regular charger. I don't charge the knockoffs on the regular charger. I used to have a Canon Rebel, and it had this lens and this lens. That's a standard one for portraits. That's a 10 to 18 EFS auto stabilizing lens. And then I bought so one of them, my Canon, it died out on me. Okay, so long story, I bought another one. This was $500. It came with this, the charger, and one battery. I bought this, which is a USB plug to run it off the main. And then I've got a few years later, I looked up the serial number on this, and I figured out how to like look up serial numbers apparently on these things, and I found one of the closest ones I could possibly find to it on eBay. So that's red and that's blue. And when I did that, I bought a bunch of adapters so that I could adapt these lenses that I have for my old one to this new. I bought this one body only. I think it was about $200, and that gets really great friggin' photos. It does a little telephoto, it does a little bit of this, does a little bit of that. It's a really good all-rounder. And I've got 2 of these matched for shot. So using the same lens and the same shot, same. It's a good idea. Europe, I got that too. Permanent power sources are sick. Yeah, yeah, dude. So this is part of the reason why I bought the M50, is because I wanted a setup where I could do like a gimbal shot. Okay. And speaking of a gimbal, hold on a sec. I have to do this. But yeah, the adapters work really good. I do have a wide angle, but I have to use one of these ones, and I have to add it to it, and it telephotos it a bit, but like it really does work very well for wide angles. You just have to like kind of zoom in and get like the full shot in the center where everything gets smashed and squished. But yeah, these are the knockoff ones. They're Kistar or whatever. And beer. Christian, I'm sorry, it's a fine Pilsner. It's only Miller Lite, but cheers. So that's Miller Lite. Woo! All right. This is a bit different than an adapter. I have an adapter, which is like a pass-through type thing. It just kind of like broadens broadens everything. But this one is a speed sensor, which means it's got like a functionality. I just need to plug it in. I haven't plugged it in a while. And then that one came with the whole kit. So I'm saying, like, you got a kit, battery, charger, lens, and this is not a bad lens. It's 1545. And then I remember having, I bought my original one with something similar, and it was a big plastic one, and it broke one day. I dropped it and it broke. Okay. And then I bought this to take portraits with it, and then about 3 weeks later, it all died, and I bought this. Because Rebel cameras had some really nice lenses, but like some of the kit lenses when you bought the Rebel was a piece of crap. Okay.